unlike the Killjoy,
okay, Fnatic on defense, RRQ on attack, and we got a triple Sheriff going for Fnatic.
From the side of Fnatic, but both of the teams can start very carefully on that one, on this one, especially Fnatic with how slow
I was in Atlanta for 20 hours. I just got to Toronto an hour ago. Oh man,
getting proactive over towards Mount, taking
so devastating.
space here, the exchange of goods almost. Yeah, rubble's not ours, so we're going to lean over this way, clear through B main. So a nice beginning, but RRQ's pace is tempered. They're taking their time. They're not in a particular hurry.
I want to see how this change in the
they're going to get wall info.
Do
they?
Wait,
what? Wait, how is he ready for that? How's he got a double?
Chronicle, but Boaster gets the response.
Yeah, the third just felt a little too far away. Xfero just catching crashies. And this is huge though. Kayak and Boaster aren't going to be pleased about this, but Kayak's done brilliantly thus far, but gets outgunned. This is the start that RRQ
I can't believe he gets a double kill there.
Now we ask a big question.
He just shouldn't be ready for it.
Himself,
that's the mad thing. He shouldn't be ready, and from what I saw, he was moving.
Sheriff to hand. And a glance left and right. The first couple of
Boaster?
steps, almost the deadliest. This
I mean, he's a smokes, but their setup's just too good. Mate, how did he get two here? I've got to see it.
And a good, comfortable start for RRQ.
Yeah, Fnatic that definitely wanted to fight. We saw a lot of Sheriffs going onto that pistol round, and that definitely was a pain point for Fnatic yesterday.
Let's see this one. How?
Like 3 out of the 6 that they played.
I mean,
but
fair play.
2 of those, they lost the next round. So it's not looking good. Definitely some of the homework that they need to do if they get back to EMEA. Maybe they can start a little bit earlier today. But for RRQ, be impatient, finding the kills, finding the space, and a very quick response. If they're pushing and putting all of these numbers in C, of course, A is going to be very weak.
So,
okay, 1-0 on the pistols. We'll definitely keep an eye on this one. We've got late fade A out and
it was a
weird wall for Fnatic to push over towards B. Vision block, vision block. 1, 2, okay, so 3 before he went down, right? So they should be pretty good. They just don't know where 1 is. They can get a good plant here. They're allowed 1 death.
Yeah, exactly. And leaving Xfero in the back just
they
with
plant
the
for Heaven because they know that most likely the numbers are going heavy over towards Mound, and they hold heavy Heaven. You got wall save for after plant as well. I like that. Dude, if RRQ get pretty adventurous with their Vice stuff, they have a very good chance of winning this map.
Should is always the primary word, but I agree with you. They do have these 3 rifles that they really can't afford to lose those. They need to keep these, and they need to stay clean in this round. Fnatic would love to make it a bit more costly, trying to lock them into the site at the very least, but time to slip forward. Crazy Guy still farming up. Monyet as well, going to find Boaster, and all so far so good.
Is he telling him to trigger it and he just didn't? He kind of died because of it.
Particularly gathered. Kayak going to go for a wild play. And now
okay, well they got a gun out of him. They lost the gun, maybe a bit of communication error. Doesn't mean too much.
Being fast on those reactions, getting into good positions for the post plans. Monia being ready with that paranoia. Even though he was playing with one of the rifles, still very good position. He can react to all the utility that all the team can use onto that. We also saw the Vice flash, so very comfortable for them. By the way, the next map is Haven. I would love to see Monia on a duelist. I think it's about them time.
I'm with you in that, but I want to see them get there well. I want to see this
crazy
team
guy
show that potential. There was a lot
oh, he really is a crazy guy. He hasn't bought armor or a gun.
Boaster with the Odin.
Laying on Kayak.
I think I've seen this film before.
It's the corner that's going to be costly if he sticks around too long, but he plays it well enough. Gets to slip away. You can see again patience being shown.
Okay, well, at least it's got his orb.
Going through the paces of this map, the protocol list looks reinforced here.
Yeah. One of the things that I was seeing about RRQ is
okay, someone drops them a Sheriff, and it was late into the round, so it makes me think that it wasn't on purpose, because why on earth would it be on purpose on the big buy round that can force them down to an eco? Oh man, you could have had someone. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. They save a lot of money. It's okay now. I would have at least liked some armor, to be honest, and maybe for the Sheriff to go to him a little bit earlier. But it's all good.
The bundle to the he's low on HP.
They're saving a lot of money with this.
Just gonna give it the Sheriff.
Yeah, that's completely reasonable. But again, they do need to handle Boaster here.
Round 3 Odin. Yeah, I like that a lot. Again, this is It's definitely the weakness of both of their comps. Once you get like the Odin out over towards here, once they want to re-clear over towards A, they've got to pop up the wall, which means they could be behind here. And a lot of times you can spam the Fade util that's going to try and re-clear over towards Rubble as well. So the Odin's like very good against the Fnatic comp and the RRQ comp. So you might see a lot of Odins over towards A on defense here. The bait from...
He's like he's nothing, but they've got a plant. Suddenly we're down to a 4v4 post plant, and RRQ are back in the driving seat.
Yeah, Boaster with that Odin is not going to have an easy time.
It's crazy.
Crazy guy that found the perfect
It's a good idea from Fnatic in terms of the retake, create pressure over towards here, especially with this plant. I like that RRQ just holding heavy over towards site. That they are prioritizing the right positions, but that kill should mean that Fnatic are okay here.
Is get proactive, fight back towards CT. Kayak comes into the building though. And now down to just Crazy Guy, a 1v3, not able to stand the test.
Not bad. Good reaction from Fnatic. Nice bonus really from RRQ in the end. I think they could have won this if this guy over towards main plays a lot safer. The fact that he gave them the kill is like, he shouldn't be doing that. He should be staying alive and the passive pressure is enough that the people on site are taking the first contact, especially when they double pushed over towards Heaven.
But Kayak, yesterday, he was marvelous, wonderful on his debut, especially on Haven. At least good for 2 on most of the rounds. Good job.
But RRQ save a lot of money. So they have good money.
Look at Crazy Guy as well.
They're just going to be swapping around.
Crazy Guy has his ult. And here a lot of util, 4 people ready to instant react over towards C, as we can see. Alpha's got a lot to do on his own.
Been punished, wasn't, and there's the instantaneous ult. It's quick. They're not
really quick. Damn, bro. Viper, Molly, Smoke, and... Whoa, what's the Prowler doing?
Yeah, we saw at the beginning of this game RRQ taking those ores, farming this ultimate, but Fnatic's
still really late on the plant. Keep an eye on the lurk. They don't expect this one. What the hell's going on over towards Heaven? Kind of a 1-for-1 with the ult. They actually take that. Okay, Chronicle gets the most important kill.
Almost out of place, but it might be the heroics they need, but they're dwindling in numbers.
But it's absolute chaos, isn't it? Nicely done from Chronicle on top of this as well. Didn't mind it too much from RRQ, just wanted to pounce over towards C with the fader once they heard that they're going to aggro over towards A. Chronicle got 2 important kills. Obviously the last one's nice, but the it was like a 1v1 that he won. It was really important as well.
Preventing RRQ from having an easy time onto the side. And Fnatic also taking on the opportunity to break the tempo, to not let them take those positions. We know how difficult it can get for any team to retake on C.
This is where it truly begins. See
that Molly? Yeah, I mean, they got the double blockers over.
I'm sure.
And the dances.
Of course.
They got the double blockers over towards C, so it's very hard for RRQ to actually like force into here. Unless you kind of got a razor. We can see from the guns that RRQ want to end over towards B, and they want to do some A pressure. Damn, bro, that's nice. Again, I'm a big fan of Fnatic getting this Odin out early. They don't check this corner. There's a strong bait on this. Nice and calm from Kayak as well. Didn't spray, just still tapping close range. That was cool.
Absolute flawless round for the side of Fnatic. Yes, it wasn't the biggest investment for RRQ, and there was definitely an idea
really calm.
Face on A, maybe drag some attention from Fnatic, but Chronicle and Kayak were ready for this aggression on to B. Timeout now being requested. It is time to slow things down.
Good job, boy.
Oh yeah, they were speaking about the vibes. Crash
and he just used his ult as well round before this as well, so him being able to get that ult up again nice and early is pretty good, huh?
I guess polar opposites in play here as well. When we talk about the big leagues coming out to these stages, you got one of the big teams against you. Fnatic has a very wealthy history of that, even coming off the back of a loss. You're looking at what people were referencing as like, that Shanghai nightmare before, facing Genji, dropping into the lowers, and then obviously we all know what happens up against Foot, right? The ridiculous happened. But Fnatic, again, when we're talking about the composure capability there, the fact that they've been in these scenarios, they can fight through it. Now, for RRQ, this is the first time they're taken to these sort of stages. The pressure
the games
is
today, the games are okay. It's a very one-sided game to start as well.
So a nice early pause.
But I think that's also good for long-term, this tournament, and G2's confidence going forward.
First seed, we're just in a crazy run. Especially with how Gen G is looking, you can be like, oh my god. And Paper Rex as well.
Okay, they get their own Odin out to deal with the Odin.
Listen,
Crashies obviously got the info that he did so much damage last round, so he might be going for the same again. Looks like he has a proper lineup as well. He's like looking at the floor.
You are right. You're a Potter fan and you're a G2 fan, and you're right.
He definitely paid off last round. Let's see how many dinks he gets on this as well.
This again, this Odin in play has been something that we know is
Crazy Guy's ready to respond.
Really frustrating. They do need to find the reaction to it, which I said maybe Crazy Guy doing this. So they found a way forward, right? They've made it at least towards rubble. That's something. It's a step in the right direction.
Again, this is vintage from Fnatic, just playing from tree with this Odin. We've seen it a million times. It was definitely
welcome
not
to Valorant.
carrying it.
So this is no one's first time watching.
Expecting a bit of damage at least, you know?
Exchange here between the two. Picks up the mantle.
Booster takes it, so Crashes can start throwing some utility.
Ooh, the timing on this, though, actually not good. Booster left completely adrift there. Flash in hand and air punish. Crazy Guy unleashing. Now, they've got to know there's still a player towards that A side. They've got to know there's one towards door. They've got a good read on these positions early.
Yeah, we're speaking
I
about
see a lot of
I
see a lot of punishes over towards rubble at the moment. That don't look great.
Now leading them into this 4v3. Xfero also with his ultimate. If they get to that post-plant position, it could be looking very good for RRQ.
Now I like this pause. It's good. Gives you a chance to get a bit of a punish, but you are going to have to start moving. Maybe depending on the lurk. Maybe Bang
nice shot.
You're going to get passed out, but he holds down
oh,
well.
Nice shot back.
Then Crashies plays it forward. 20 seconds now. It's getting down to the wire.
Yeah, but the guy over towards B can get this. This is a really winnable one.
Holding on so well.
Oh, nicely done from Crashies. Dude, that was very winnable, by the way. 11 HP, 63 HP. Good Utah from Crashies. This is a good round from Crashies as well, to be honest with you. Good trades on this.
You are already forcing that very close-out fight. We need the confidence to go one after the other. Crashies dodging that ice from the Fade perfectly. Just pushing at the right time, especially when the other player is playing the Odin. It's going to take a little while to get that gun out. A lot of players standing up on stage today.
And I'm genuinely very happy to see Crashies having a good performance here. His return to form has been
absolutely
meteoric near on. It's been outstanding. So for him, happy to see that. Obviously, a lot of stars aligning, and for RRQ, gonna need to see a fight back now. This is starting to feel like a bit of a drought of rounds.
Uh-oh. Nearly blocked him.
More and more confident. You don't want to see that if you're RRQ. You need to break back in.
We see
hey, Jemkin picks up his ult on this one.
Not being the best for RRQ. This is one of the rounds that you can definitely
Still got an outlaw that can one-shot everyone on the attack side.
On the other side, and they are gone, Lauren.
Yeah, and again, though, if you're looking at this, RRQ will have a lot of ults. I want to see them utilize them well. I don't want it just thrown out with a small chance of a win. I need to see them kind of build around that. A big opportunity, maybe in the coming round with a good purchase behind it. Would be fantastic to see. However, patience now being displayed. Slow and steady.
Yeah, and they've been given A control all the time here.
Almost everything is going to be available for RRQ.
Okay, wants to create pressure over towards A, and the Boombot kind of does it for them. Doesn't have to open the door anymore. Get info that it's at least too heavy over towards A. So then in theory, the person that should be over towards C is maybe leaning over towards B, as we can see the turret spin here a lot of times, so they maybe need to B default a little bit more.
They're not getting given many chances. Look how far they have to.
Yeah, dude, they tank so much damage going into this as well.
Any of these Fnatic players. Don't give up the site, but there's a lot of players spotted. It's so clean.
Down, C.
Crazy Guy. Xfero, there's just nothing landing for him here. Nah, it is done for.
Looking kind of easy at the moment for Fnatic when they got into these buy rounds.
I need RRQ to hit the ground running in this round.
Yeah, I mean this is the round for them. They got the Raze ult, but the problem is they go up against so many ults here as well. So
nothing found in this rifle round. Fnatic also very
Killjoy util, the Killjoy util is wrecking them now. It's either the mollies over towards C that's wrecking them once they go in, or this turret that's perma up over towards B that's just giving so much info.
Right moment into when to take some fights, when to back off and wait for the rest of the team. We saw like at least a couple of flawless rounds, and yesterday we saw a Fnatic that was barely putting it around together.
Okay, this time though, look at the fight, look at the adjustment. Most are playing over towards
So many ultimates.
Yeah, backed away from this.
On both sides.
Yeah, I did notice that Fnatic got theirs as well, so a lot of counters here. This could get
Yeah,
messy.
Boaster this time gets the Odin out. It's been going between him and Crashies.
By any means by RRQ, right? So you've got an exploration already happening for Kayak with that operator. Deeper line. The battle for tree begins. The battle of spam is going to continue. Door gets open. Boaster needs to respect this though. The Prowler behind it. Fnatic need to be careful because they are at the door, maybe not believing the amount of bodies here. It's an explosion.
Oh, that Teva. Oh man, that was kind of insane from Jemkin. It was unlucky for Crashies. This Teva was really good. He actually got like loads of them, including the ult. I actually think there's a ward where he hit all 5 with that Teva. Damn, that was nice from Kayak. Satchel goes through so they don't get the early info as well. That was sick. Oh, that was awesome from him. RRQ, get over towards the side. They got Viper and they have no idea where the Omen TP to.
Viper's Pit guaranteeing the plant and maybe an easier position. This Monia is not going to find anything.
Yeah, and I think Cushy at this point, I was going to say.
Going in with the Odin. Everything is out for the side of RRQ. Nice ultimate coming onto play. Only those secondary
the fact that they're all coming from here, RRQ should be so fun.
RRQ, this is a great reaction. It's a heavy
they can't all come from here.
Disconnected position from Mon yet. He sees nothing towards this play back in from CT. It's going to all come through the choke point. It's time to go. Crashy's still going to get down Cushy. 2v2. Time though starting to fade away here. I think they know it as well. It's taken a great deal for RRQ, but they've managed to find a response here, Bayer. It took basically everything they had.
Yeah, exactly. They still have Crazy Guy's ultimate for next round.
4 ults. Omen ult as well, yeah, of course.
It's not been easy at all. A lot coming into this round. They knew that they had to be patient, taking the space for them to use the proper ultimate.
Dude, this was sick from him.
Yesterday, we did not see
Dude, this Teva was unbelievable.
Fnatic did not have enough credits to even purchase it.
It's a shame that he got a kill with that ult, because it was like one of the best timed Tevas we've seen.
With X-Pharaoh, yes, they were in his ultimate, but he had to be outside of that fight for that post-plant to be
like this from RRQ as well. Like every time they've been given over towards A, they're just going out here. Like they get it for free pretty much, other than the Odin spam. A nice shot.
Gonna get away with the first. Jemkin punished, and he's had a quiet first half here.
I am so sad that we do not get to see the Ice Buff from Fnatic and see Kayak on top of any wall with the operator. Maybe we'll get there. Opener for them, and Jemkin is out.
Yeah, what's the plan now? They've lost the tip of the spear. So they kind of fall back.
I need this to get a kill eventually. Either way, I don't care.
Fair enough. As it stands, just a frustration, really, forced to be respected, and curiosity starting to mount, though. Lovely work of synergizing that, at least with the Fade Eye going through. Going to confirm there's still attendance over on this side.
1, 2, 3, they can't buy next. 1-9 loss bonus if they lose this. 4v5 and they're up against 4 ults. Like Fnatic have a chance to dominate the half of this round. Wait, how did he get no kills here? That's so unlucky. Great reaction from Crashies on this one as well. This is probably an overstep from him, but oh god.
He's damn close. Okay,
oh, kind of worked
forced
that, right?
to give away a little bit of the position and slow down from maybe springing forward, but catching Cushy trying to take some space. They don't look comfortable in this post plant now.
What?
Yeah, Alpha, you're using
That's a
his
kills
ultimate. It's not gonna go down, and it's only Crazy Guy to defend this post plant.
It's nice from Fnatic.
The door. They know where he is, and he's going to lose his weapon.
Let him have the sight.
Alpha, he doesn't care.
Hold all of this map control, so they can't spam the ult.
Chronicle diffusing. He's gonna half it, probably just give it to another one of his
Cushy,
teammates.
I mean, he was the 3v4, so he like had to make a play.
For aim hits most of the time, just fighting for rubble. They've been dodging Kayak.
And then with the kill that went down, you would think that they're fast retaking over towards here in terms of the numbers that all blocked it. So them trying to take a 1v1 here, in my opinion, isn't wrong.
It should be, but again, they're finding
especially when they've got so many ults to go up against, they need to do something.
To having anyone to clear out whoever's going to be sat with that Odin on tree, right? Yeah, it's
you're the guy, you're the man, you're the man.
It looks comfortable for Fnatic, and
no, it does look comfy as well. It looks very, very nice. If you just isolate the buy rounds, it's been very good from Fnatic. What have they lost? Pistol, Eco, and then one round where there was 4 ults. You can't be mad at that.
The most important part is that they are clearing out. do get to kill the person that is in tree. The problem is the second layer that they have not been able to find a solution to. It looks like A is not the kind of side that Fnatic is more down to play for the retake because they want to fight their opponents as they walk onto the side. So maybe it's time to change the plan. Hey guys, maybe we've been too focused onto A, but even though this is just the first half and this is RRQ's second timeout, they need to get back into the game. They've only won one rifle round, and that has to change.
Yeah, this is looking like Fnatic have a lot to prove here, really. After the loss to Gen G, I think a lot of us kind of walked away, though.
If this is an easy win for Fnatic, will they not change anything and lose next? But what do you think they need to change? The only thing that they've kind of shown right now, if we look at their game, is a rough game plan on attack Haven and then a sunset where they don't really have a good understanding of the map, in my opinion. I don't think you fix that fast for sunset. The Haven stuff they can fix.
No wonder he's smiling.
Like, I don't think them winning this changes too much for what they have to do.
Nothing's really hindered them. Wait and see RRQ's response. Again, this was the double timeout in the first half, so putting everything into it, pretty much. Viper's Pit instantly put down towards the C site. That's just going to be Chronicle basically closing the door. You want this, you want to put a whole lot to it yourself. Sparrow.
Oh no.
He found a kill. He found a kill with the Odin.
This kept on getting worse and worse.
But I think that kind of sums up a lot of what we're seeing. This feels flat. It feels like it's flat lining for RRQ, and it's devastating, right? We know that these guys are very good. We know how good Jemkin was. We know how much people are hyping this team out. Even yesterday, you look at Cushy, he was doing great. You're looking at some of the players, even in the loss, you're like, okay, there's a lot here. But today, it feels like it's compounded.
I think that maybe one of the things that we've been missing is Xfero doing what he was doing just now, just being a little bit more on the alert, trying to find something.
And all they find is that.
Nicely handled from Fnatic. The thing that I like about Fnatic at the moment as well is that they're very calm, right? It's very, very calm from them at the moment. No overuse of ults. That round from earlier, just a Killjoy ult. Next round's Viper ult. Still got Razor.
As I was mentioning, it was not there
on
yesterday.
Das Nini with the tier 1. Thank you with the 4 months, dude. Thank you, thank you.
This rounds for Fnatic is not looking good for RRQ. Desperation on their faces. How do you get back into this? 2 more rounds for their attack.
Yeah, and they still got the Razor for this one.
They do. They really, really do. Still have the ults here.
Oh, Chronicle with the operator. I'm so down for this.
Big play from Alpha on this one. Not sure this needs to be done when they got the Razor, but they are not even considering it. We had the Opta beta out. Yeah, we don't even spam that. Yeah, we're out here really feeling it. I think that's a big win for RRQ, really. I know that they lose their Vice, but I feel like when I look at a lot of the util of what's going down and how they've been defaulting, I feel like the Killjoy util's been wrecking them. The only thing that is nice for Fnatic is obviously the damage. Wall goes up and you should see whether Odin's really good against this comp here. Yeah, Crazy Guy down to 2 HP. Jemkin. Tank to bullet as well, 5 HP.
Going hunting too. They've got no idea. Oh, Kayak!
Very, very nice. Nice shots, bro. He's very calm at the moment as well.
And RRQ looking
yeah, good example from Fnatic again. People maybe after this, in 2023, I was going mad that Fnatic had like a 13-win streak using this comp. And that no one got the Odin out on defense, and that round right there is all I wanted to see. Wall goes up, Odin spam, you break the fade util that's trying to clear over towards rubble, you spam people at the back. It's an absolute nightmare. So, this is very good from Fnatic, knowing the weaknesses of their comp and using it against them.
It's like a weight on your chest here, and RRQ are feeling the full force of Fnatic.
Very, very nice from Fnatic. They look great. Pissed around eco, 4 ults, that's it.
Has one more chance in this attack to get around, but the pressure for Fnatic has been wonderful. I would have liked, though, for Boaster to be the one having the Odin and Crashes to be sending in the utility. Maybe that Seize and the Odin could have been the death of at least 2 of the RRQ players. But Kayak, and now he goes on the rifle. He has his ultimate. Chronicle back on that operator. And it looks like RRQ want to go for this rubble control for the last round of their attack.
The Odin is still here, this time obviously in the hands of Crashies. Has to respect it for now. Could assess the fact that there's already been maybe a cross towards rubble now. Wants to confirm that. He calls in the rotations. Or are you going to see Kayak leaning through towards the door? Boaster passing through CT. Now, this is a show of presence, and they go the other side. Now, they don't know about this.
Yeah, Prowler kind of clears close.
Rattle off a shot in the last round, but is that in the forefront of
What are we
their
doing?
minds?
So Viper
Chronicle
is
waiting.
meant to either
Eyes
shoot the
locked
Prowler or
on
do late
this
pressure over towards
corner.
door, and we're going to try head over towards C. This is a big change up from Chronicle. Dude, I'm not sure I've ever seen Chronicle up.
Just falling short. Calls for the one-way. Dodges the flash. Waits for the Prowler. Couldn't quite find the timing to thread the needle, but now they back away. He's read the next layer to RRQ's approach.
And all of Alpha Year's utility is already waiting on C for that second layer. He himself is also supporting. 40 seconds left, and RRQ still has to make a move.
Fnatic have done so well at clearing some of these question marks. That late haunt coming in, just making sure they know the lurk's still in play. Chronicle keeping that deep alignment. Kayak finds his stop.
Oh my goodness.
Hello, hello, hello. He's got the
What happened?
on the other side. The spike. Oh,
Damn, Chronicle is looking good.
It's a massacre over here. Monyet trying to take steps forward. Delayed by the util. Out for its support.
That is
There
a
is no easy
flawless
path. There is
defense
no
off right there.
straightforward way
Fnatic
through.
really showing us how to play against this comp.
He's got 10 seconds.
10
And it's certainly not a dream now. 2 kills, yes. But to find the other 3 was never going to happen here. 9-3 Bayer. This has been a statement half from Fnatic.
Yeah, absolutely. They can be more than happy. They're usually on the other end of a 9-3. But you know, we still have the second half to care for. So let's take a small break and we'll see you on the other side.
Prom played Chamber in 2022. Is that Berlin? Dude, I didn't watch Berlin, man. I was too depressed. They muted again. When they did make a LAN? Oh, so like first Reykjavik? Plat chat? What day's the live plat chat? Thursday, maybe? I think. Don't you think Fnatic should just perma put Alpha on Sentinel? I don't mind their Haven, to be honest with you. I think majority of the time I would just force them onto a Sentinel, yeah. But I don't mind his ISO on Haven. I think it normally delivers. I don't think it was great yesterday. But I also think that he didn't have an opportunity to shine because of the game plan on attack again. Intelligent Dummy, 17. Thank you so much for the Prime, dude. Appreciate the 10 mums. Thank you for doing that. Since when did the Lotus become defense-sided? It's just Fnatic having a good understanding of how to beat their comp. That's all it is. Like the only change-up is a Vice, but Vice and a Killjoy,
So
and that doesn't
back
change
here
too much
at
up on attack in
9-3,
terms
we're
of
gonna be checking in on that
how you
Coinbase
want to
econ
take map
report. I'm
control.
sure it's gonna tell the
Or
tale
replay
pretty much of
rubble,
what we
which they
expect,
couldn't
though,
do,
Bayer.
so they had to
A
go
very
aggro over towards A
one-sided
each time
coming in
and
from
tank the
Fnatic.
Odin
Yeah, I want
spam.
to see the numbers from Chronicle. People barely getting to those double digits. And look at Chronicle with 147.
Yeah.
When you
Well,
wanted to be a coach, was your ranking game important?
yeah,
No,
tells
but
the story.
I'm
Yeah, he
different to
looks
other
lethal
people in
today.
terms of I
Does,
started
overall.
early.
I think that on the other
Like
side,
I played ranked
talk
just so
about
I could
Jenkins,
understand
right?
the
You see
game
that
to
15,
work
but
out
I
what to
think
do
it
at the
has to
beginning
do
of the
with
game.
difference between
But now
him
it's
playing
now
on
it's
the
a lot
Euro
different.
on this map and him playing on the
What
race.
happened to
I think that is
Boaster
going
here?
to
That's
play
gotta be a
very
bug.
big and important part now that we move on to the defense, because he loved getting aggressive, trying to get a little bit of pig, put in a little bit of pressure, and then go back with that TP. He's not going to have
Yeah, I
that
think
facility now.
it's some kind of bug unless they're out
And I
here throwing
wonder
guns
what
around,
the
which
plan is
honestly
going
with
to
how
be
the
for
half went,
RRQ.
maybe.
Yes, they have the Omen, the Viper,
I think there's
and
been
the Vice. They
I've
should
seen something
have
with Zero as
technically
well.
an easy time. Or an easier time.
Yeah, I'll go for easier. Again, though, they did pick up that pistol in the first half. We could either call that a blessing or a curse if you look at the rest of it, but they did pick up the pistol. So maybe this could give
Yeah, a
you
lot of
bit
time
of
coaches don't have time to play.
a stabilizing
The rank's normally not that good.
something to
And as long as you understand
take
what you're
off
doing,
the
you don't
stress
have to
here,
have a
'cause
good rank.
You saw by the end of it how aggressive Fnatic were being. It felt like it was trying to prove a point, but early
Okay,
contact
1-0 on...
made,
Dude,
a little
looks a
towards
lot
B,
worse
a
when it's
little
1-0 for the
towards C.
pistols.
Taking a lot of time. Some utilities falling down.
Mini's immortal. I mean,
Really
me and Mini both played the game at the
in
beginning
that moment.
a lot.
It was a
Just because we were trying to learn the
fumble
game.
and that's the gates open.
Like we
He
both
knew
had
they were
Radiant
there, the
then,
flash
but that was
confirmed it.
just because we were just trying to learn the
Early
game as fast as
confirmed
possible.
it.
When you actually coach a team, you can
He's
probably
going
play like
hunting. Again, they're
3
gonna
ranked
make
games a
this
month
hurt.
if
Fnatic
you're
are pulling
fully
those
going for
punches.
it.
We'll say it again. Proactive in every angle. Again, explore CT. A little deeper look towards Waterfall. Any flanks? No. Kron's already got it. They are
It's looking
making
rough.
RRQ reinvest everything just to clear this close space. Alpha, again, on red alert down here, but the site's being retaken, but there's no bullets being placed towards Fnatic. Jemkin does draw blood, but there's still 4 more to clear. They've got to get a move on. Got to get towards that spike. Alpha! Sharp as ever. Xfero's gone down, 21 HP, but the time he's buying is precious.
Looks convincing. Got that good plant for
Fnatic.
Mound as well, and as soon as that
And it is a
happens, then
brutal
they don't really
beginning
get
for
traded or
RRQ.
anything.
Then
Get
finding
punished
the
for
kill,
doing
3
it. It's
people
just the round
pushing
done.
on to
Hello,
C,
Yampy. How we doing, mate?
finding the Vice, getting that first
Damn,
kill.
a compliment
Kayak
today
going
as well,
on with
Yampy. Thank you so
aggression.
much,
Alpha
dude.
waited in his back, just going with it
Add
as well.
noodles today, mate. What do you
Lower,
eat?
Of course, because race is what it is. They're loving this isolating fights. Alpha, you're just moving like a dream. It's not only the vibes. This team is feeling it.
And I'm just worried that RRQ are crumbling under this. Genuinely, I'm worried because
Oh,
they're
they're just
looking
not-
almost scared in this
they're not
scenario.
looking great.
That's maybe why Kayak's not missing a shot. This shouldn't be much of a round, but the problem is it's going to put Fnatic
looking like
on
2 stomps.
11.
It is looking like 2
You say that,
stomps. And I
you
think
should have seen Fnatic versus Genji.
Fnatic's Haven's
I
not
like
bad.
this, though. Paint Shell could be big if the timing's right. Maybe it's too late in the day. Surely Monyet.
Oh, hold up.
Hello.
They just kind of force in without getting any info.
Maybe the hero they
Yeah,
need.
they might have
That's
forced
what
this one
Mike
too much.
found. This is huge from him.
And
Ultra
delivered,
quiet start here.
and delivered
This
a gun
is dreamy
also.
stuff. Wait. Sorry,
Keep
where's
an eye on Alpha. Obviously, everyone can get one shot.
Someone is looking. I think Xfero's
good.
keeping a glance on this. That's really smart. Okay, they've seen him. Alpha. Oh my god, stop.
He was
He still
calm on
takes
it
down
though. It's a
Jemkin.
great trade going in.
That's a 3v2.
I
Numbers
actually
are
don't know
good
how they
here.
win. Actually don't know how they
Gifted
win.
by Monyet on his 3rd.
Gonna have to wait for the smoke to go down and then try to take a
Knows where the
timing.
spike is. Fnatic have to
Smoke
come
is
to him.
going down. Gotta try to take a
Crashes in
timing here.
Chronicle.
Smoke's up. Just gotta wait again. Oh, that's
my
such a
God,
misstep.
come off it. He's taken down Monyet in command here. Crazy guy now filling the void, and they look a bit hesitant about this. 30 seconds, and it's just shooting
Oh,
into the
guys.
barrel. Crazy guy left with just that Marshall popping off shots. He's down to the ghost here. He could back away. He could give them the spike if he wants to. He could fall off from this. He doesn't need to take the fight right now. The drive-by attempted.
Oh, okay. Okay, dude, they actually straight up needed that.
I do not want to
They
say
nearly-
it's broken
they
into
nearly
existence,
messed
but
it up.
Fnatic were struggling with this yesterday, and even though I like the look of them,
Pretty
being
bad
a
from
little bit
Fnatic, by
faster
the way.
in this executes Monyet and the rest of RRQ so ready in the C side to stop Fnatic from taking the site.
Just that heartbeat back in.
Fnatic, yeah. So
Revitalized by
RRQ get rewarded for their early gamble stack over towards C, and normally what happens, and the reason that Alpha's got a Marshall is the fact that he's kind of like a human drone to try feel out the rest of this. And RRQ get out the Odin. Oh, it could get close. It could get close. They understand the win
Have a
condition.
taste of your own medicine.
That's
He
the one.
actually finds a couple of kills. It's 3-3 now.
Cleared. You can kind of see the shades almost of the protocol list here for Fnatic, even in this sort of round, identifying where that one was going to be, kind of going through the paces, getting the test over towards Rubble. Okay, what's that B site looking like? Cool, let's have a little look towards C.
Yeah.
Everything proactive in this. Does catch. I thought it might have been a bit late, but Cushy's got to be careful. They are ahead of this. Yeah, they are very ahead of this.
Jesus,
Crashies
that's-
from down below. Gonna get
Yeah.
the reward as well. Yeah, Vandal found. That could be a plant.
Yeah, Guardian and Vandal. Both are going to get that spike down. Of course, RRQ respecting this position
And if
taking
Boaster
their
goes
time.
towards Mound Bayer, he's had some
Oh,
mad
boy.
matches from here.
I think a couple.
But
of
he's against
3v1s,
he's
or
against an
1v3s.
Omen, yeah. So he probably
But can Crashies alleviate some of that?
against
dodging?
Omen
Well,
and
Vandal
Viper, the
Noya,
double block.
He's still here though, and they fight forward. It's Crashies.
Oh boy, he lost this. Nicely done from Crashies. Kind of crazy from Crashies and Boaster to win this, the new duo. Yeah, I kind of got a little bit of hope for RRQ after that, but they just completely stole the round.
Back-to-back
And
Rifties now.
I think Cushy kind of misplayed it a little bit as well, to be honest.
Better for RRQ, but Crashes, he just has a different opinion. He has a different plan for today. He's been having it the entire tournament. Time to stand up.
Come on, boy. You and me, baby. You and me, baby. Him and me.
Just get a room.
I-Series
Just get a
poster
room.
back at it. Giving it large, but
So
let's look
funny,
at what the
man.
protocols look like here. We're kind of seeing Fnatic going on that fact-finding mission in that previous round. That actually worked out in their favor. Ball's now changed up, though. A quick rotation from RRQ, looking to try and keep pace here, where Fnatic are kind of hurting towards.
I have the spike. Would have liked maybe Crashes trying to fight for that orb, having that ultimately execute.
Ooh, what a shot from Monyet.
How's it live?
Those damn stingers, man.
Crashy's head ringing after that one. Monyet's been the one to keep a couple of these rounds competitive, but a 3-play stack. Kayak.
Joe, man, you got Razor.
Good, you ain't that good. Ooh, that has cost him a lot.
Yeah, do you really want to Razor now with
Surely.
it's 70 HP, it's not too bad.
Not back to back to back, right?
When you look at this map, again, I love that there's still control on this side, right? You've got Monyet kind of playing it in off maybe the paranoia. Looking to potentially set up, I think it's Crazy Guy over there. Yeah, it is.
It's a good setup for RRQ.
He shouldn't have been able to get this far. That's my issue. He shouldn't
Omen Flash
have
was
been
incredible.
able to get this far. Kayak's fallen, but Chronicle's still
Oh,
alive.
that's
He's pulling
for
all
nothing.
eyes towards this way. Lurk coming in at the same time.
They get
from
info
Alpha.
at
This is
least.
getting messy. Monyet is down low on HP as well, and Alpha's taken this space. Yes, there's a player nearby, but now has to respect that smoke.
To watch out when they go onto the site.
Great from Crazy Guy though. Nice re-clear here. Tries to swing off it. Good spacing.
I
Good
tell you what,
trading.
I like
This is good from
how
RRQ.
together
8
RRQ
seconds
was
down,
in this
Fnatic
though.
have found no easy approach. It's Chronicle last alive, and the time has
Yeah,
gone
and they
for
can
them.
pick up some upgrades.
RRQ holding on to this, Bayer.
Absolutely.
Dude, Monyet getting this first kill, not getting traded, to really
Really
open this round up.
To the round is more what you do with it.
That Stinger again.
And RRQ, a very good idea of how to play with those stingers, the damage that they can do. Monyet, I feel like in this round, we saw him right after the pistol in the eco, him getting a couple of kills, him also feeling himself in finding those first ones.
I mean, Monyet, for me, has been pivotal so far.
Oh, yeah.
He isn't sitting towards the very tip top of the board. That's Crazy Guy. He sat down, you know,
Yeah, but the
9-14.
difference is
But the value is there.
Totally.
It's been exceptional for him.
Love the fact also we saw Crazy Guy using his ultimate.
He's trading a stinger for a
100%
rifle, actually an
definitely
upgrade.
invest in that.
And,
In theory.
yeah, a pace change here
Oh.
and a punish. Chronicle going to catch Crazy
Mate,
Guy.
Chronicle's
instantly, off the rip.
17-4.
Really
Like,
Odin in this
my
game.
god,
Yeah.
man.
Almost in every round, I must say.
I mean, and look at the buy that Fnatic have forged around it as well. This is, they've got what they could. Kayak's got a Vandal, you've got a Stinger and a Sheriff.
So here's the thing, now with the man advantage, having Kayak's ultimate and also Crashes to get that information onto the site.
What fade eye did they
Trigger
use
some
here?
of
Did they
Cushy's
fade eye
utility.
like close wall
Are you
down
going
so it
to
already
try and
landed
go
and
for
then
the
swing?
C-execute
I should watch that
again?
back
But I
at
quite
one
like
point.
the
I think that actually might have
I like
been.
that actually from Cushy here.
I probably should have given them
It
a
does
lot of
make
credit
a
for
difference
that
at this point, though.
if they did what I think they did.
I'm going to think
waiting.
maybe it's on B, they still haven't explored that part of the map.
Yeah, you can see the Prowler going through that side.
The
So maybe it's gonna be
the
Crashes testing for it.
fade's looking
Yeah,
very strong at the
doesn't hear
moment.
it either. So I quite like this adjustment. It is testing the protocols. Because if Kayak does go in, he probably would be alone.
Bit of a stack
Now,
at the
does
moment
have
from
the orb, but he
RRQ,
did want to use that as
and
almost a
looking at the
bulldozer
mini map,
to
we should
but
know from when the
as it
fade goes where they're
stands,
actually going to be going.
correct
Okay, ending
read
A.
until this rotation comes out from Fnatic. If they leave this seaside of the
Yeah,
map,
so
the rest
what's it?
looks
Fake
very
over
vulnerable there.
towards
Almost 4 players from
B.
RRQ.
Omen ult
already
back at
ready
A.
on C.
Fake A, pivot into B.
Everyone they
Yeah,
have is
fake
on
A,
that
pivot into
seaside.
B.
They believed in it firmly, and
Fatal
it's
goes
wrong
in,
for
hits
now.
no one.
It looks like it's
They
gonna
might
be
try
Trophy.
fast flood
That's
on
where
this
the
one.
spike
Gotta
is.
keep an
They
eye on
cleared
Monyet
through
with his
A.
Omen
You've also
flash.
seen
3
nothing.
people
This is
here.
getting curious. This should also be setting off
Tap
some
of the
alarm bells
spike.
about this retake potential coming in. Plants now down.
Ooh, keep an eye on the luck from Chronicle.
And
My
Monyet
Odin luck.
is walking carefully, slowly, cautiously. 2 players waiting to punish. All eyes turn towards the site now. The Flood waiting to come back in. Alpha a mile away, but still here comes the pressure. Jemkin clearing Cushy there. He needs to speed up. He might just make
Here
it
comes
back
the
in
Odin
time.
luck.
Now we're in uncomfortable positions. The C's, the Orb, the Diffuse
Nice
gets
shot.
ripped away from it. Monyet wants to go back though. A 2v2 in Alpha. Completely unconsidered. Gets away like a thief in the night.
Oh man, yeah,
Fnatic
they're wrecking them.
forcing it up to 12. I
RRQ
doubted
are
the timing
gambling
on it,
heavy,
but it
and they have
worked
been
out
for
in
pretty
the
much
end.
the whole of
Fnatic
this
were
half.
so slow yesterday. We know that they're so comfortable when the clock is running down, they still think time is on their favor. And for this round, at some points you might think it's a little bit overcooked. We saw Alpha so far, but taking
it
such
wasn't even,
advantage
man.
of
That's
this
insane from
advantageous
Chronicle.
5v4 right at the beginning. Yes, the trades were coming in for RRQ. Are you really going to expect that Chronicle is pushing from behind with an Odin? You expect him to be playing from main and whatnot. Very good round, and now
seven
rounds
chances,
for
and
Fnatic
it's
to close their
yeah. I
market.
mean, what can we say, man? It's very impressive from Fnatic. Looks convincing. RRQ maybe don't have that much confidence on the map with some of the gamble stacks they're doing. I would guess from what I'm watching.
In Kayak's story so far, a 12-5. It has been one-sided.
Jemkin had to show up in this round.
Yeah, and he sadly hasn't.
Kayak has the nade again. Got everything for a Kayak round.
Waiting here though. Again, I like this tempo from Fnatic, pausing for a second at RRQ.
Good freezing. I think that they need this too. You know, you already have the advantage. Wait and see if there's a response for them. You have all the utility from Alpha behind you. You can rest assured.
Yep.
Bomb buddy out.
Contact made. Xfero's got to be careful here. Doesn't take too much damage, but look at the util.
What was that?
Such an easy punish for Fnatic when they tailor-make this sort of take. And Cushy falls.
No way, that's his last bullet.
Too
That's the last
simple.
bullet for that as well.
Fnatic,
God, that
I've
looked
gotta say it,
easy. That looks
looking like they
worryingly
have
easy.
a point to prove. Boaster up to his usual business, but the pacing, the tempo.